Hello, Samantha. Are you here for Someone Is Caught?
I am. I'm actually rather good at it. Used to play all the time with my brother until... Never mind. Shall we begin?
Yes, I'm ready to play.
Then let's get summoning. Accio! Yes!
Accio!
How am I to top that? Accio!
Accio!
How am I to top that? Accio! Yes!
Accio!
That was sensational. That settles it, then. After your poor show against Natty in class, I thought I could beat you. Appears I overestimated myself.
More like you underestimated me. That was your mistake.
Fair enough. But a little sporting spirit wouldn't hurt you. I happen to know who you're up against next, and she's no shy opponent. Best of luck.
Made it! I can do better. Missed one. No success there. This'll take... Ha! Good. I've got this. Haha! This is rather fun. Lumos. Lumos. Merlin himself would be proud. Confringo! 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 Not so tricky after all, Merlin.
Bardolph Beaumont should have returned by now. Had by doc...
Excuse me, did you say something about Bardolph Beaumont?
I did. I don't think we've met. I'm Dorothy Sprottle. I was just worrying about Claire Beaumont's brother Bardolph, only he's gone missing. Rumour is he was seen in the forest practicing dark magic. Saw him myself near some ruins with Rookwood's lot I did. I fear he got himself into trouble with the Ashwinders, especially if he made them a promise he couldn't keep. I'd help search for him myself, but no one will risk encountering Ranrock's loyalists. They seem to be everywhere.
Why would Bardolph want to get involved with the Ashwinders?
Oh, he had a terrible run-in with Ranrock's loyalists. Changed him. He vowed never to feel powerless again. I think he sought the Ashwinders out to learn their secrets. Victor Rookwood, at least, seems somehow immune to Ranrock's loyalists.
I can certainly look out for him.
Any help would be appreciated. You might speak to Claire first. Perhaps she has some insights that I don't. I can tell you that Bardolph was last seen in the forest wearing a particular woolen jumper, one that Claire knitted herself.
Actually, Sirona Ryan asked if I'd come and see you.
Oh, dear Sirona, a gem. Has been for as long as I've known her.
She thought you might need help collecting ingredients for your Wiggenweld potion.
And she's correct. My darling Aidan used to collect hawklumps for me. Since he died, my supply has dwindled.
I'm sorry for your loss, Mrs. Sprottle.
Oh, thank you. Love of my life. A bit lost without him. If you wouldn't mind gathering some hawklumps for me, I'd be happy to compensate you for your time.
Believe it or not, I have some with me.
Oh, thank you. How wonderful. The travelling vendors will be thrilled to replenish their stock of Wiggenweld potion.
Sirona also mentioned that Mr. Sprottle was bringing her a box of letters when he fell ill.
Indeed he was. I'd almost forgotten. I stumbled upon it just before Aidan died. He was hoping to go through it with Sirona over a butterbeer or two. Those two were always like two bowtruckles in a branch. Aidan took ill when he was collecting hawklumps on his way to see her. He made it home, but I fear he dropped the box in the cavern. The cavern is in the hills just southwest of our hamlet. You can gather hawklumps and collect the box of letters there.
Thank you, Mrs. Sprottle.
Thank you. I'll be here if you are able to collect those hawklumps. I and the vendors I help would greatly appreciate it.
Upper Hogsfield is being terrorised by Ranrock's loyalists. It's not right.
I couldn't help but overhear. Did you mention Ranrock's loyalists?
I did. Never imagined they'd act this deadly. I'm Claire Beaumont, by the way.
Nice to meet you.
Ranrock and his followers have set up camp here. No regard for our beloved hamlet or our livelihoods. Ruthless. My brother Bardolph dared to stand up to them and ended up in St. Mungo's. I'm simply at my wit's end.
How did your brother Bardolph end up in St. Mungo's?
Bardolph had spent the entire day hand-picking herbs and roots for us. When a group of Ranrock's lot appeared and demanded the harvest for themselves, Bardolph refused. In their anger, they hurled him against a rock and robbed him. The moment he left St. Mungo's, he vowed revenge. I worry he may be dabbling in magic that he will one day regret.
You said Ranrock's loyalists have set up camp here. Where, precisely?
To the south, across the river. Last I heard, there were several loyalists in each camp. I won't go near them.
I'm unfortunately quite familiar with Ranrock's loyalists. Perhaps I can do something.
Much as I would love to be rid of them, I wouldn't want you to risk injury, or worse. Please be cautious.
Mrs. Sprottle told me a little about your brother's disappearance.
Oh, dear Dorothy. She'd go looking for Bardolph herself if she could.
She mentioned dark magic in even the Ashwinders.
Despite my repeated warnings, Bardolph's been experimenting with dark magic near the edge of the forest. I thought perhaps he'd get it out of his system and it would gradually stop. But then one day, he didn't come home.
Is there anything your brother took with him that might help to track him down?
Only his satchel, journal, and a woolen jumper I knitted for him. That's all I can recall.
Could Bardolph have run off?
No, he'd never leave me here alone. He did speak of going to talk with Victor Rookwood. That worries me almost more than his attempts at mastering dark magic. Rookwood is as dangerous as Ranrock, in my opinion.
I'll let you know if I see or hear anything about him. One of Ranrock's camps, exactly as Madame Beaumont described.
Who's that? Not quiet enough.
Expecto!
Get away with it!
Confringo! Stupefy!
I hate that! Oh, you look tired.
Expelliarmus!
You arrogant! I won't.
Confringo!
No!
Compulso!
One less human to worry about. How
Expelliarmus!
nice of you to stop. How nice of you to stop. Such
Stupefy! Glacius! Arresto Momentum! Flipendo!
Find this up!
Levioso! Accio! Incendio! Expelliarmus! Compulso! Stupefy! Stupefy! Confringo!
I won't rest.
Expelliarmus! Ranrock has fooled you all. To your demise. One camp down, one more to go.
Magic is this? Could get clever.
Yes! Wingardium Leviosa! Protego!
Someone been taken out.
Oh, you won't be able to stop Ranrock. Oh, that's the stupid.
Stupefy!
I hate that. Someone's here. One less human to
Protego! Stupefy! Glacius! Expelliarmus!
Fancy I'll have my own operation worked out one day.
Stupefy! Confringo! Expelliarmus! Depulsor! Both camps cleared. Madame Beaumont will be glad to hear that.
I do miss the bustle of business.
Hello, Madame Beaumont. Good news. I was able to clear out Ranrock's camps.
You cleared them out. How?
I managed to catch them off guard.
When my brother returns, this news will mean the world to him. You saved our hamlet, my young friend. This will not be forgotten.
I should be going now. Thank you.
Thank you. Sincerely.
Aloha, Mora. What do we have here? A demiguise. This must be the cavern Mrs. Sprottle mentioned. To visit the cave to find Zerona's box of letters. Perhaps I'll find more hawk lumps while I'm there. Better have a look around. See about the hawk lumps and the box of letters. Confringo! That's all the hawk lumps for now. Mrs. Sprottle should be pleased. Either I'll have to fight that troll, or avoid it altogether. Potato! Arrest the momentum. Flipendo! Confringo! Confringo! Arresto momentum. Revelio. Should think they felt that in London. I should take this box of letters to Serona. She'll be glad to have it back. Flipendo!
I'm out.
Accio! Incendio! Protego!
You're the
Expelliarmus!
same trip.
Ah.
Thought we'd forget about that goblin helm you nicked. A bit.
Что такое? Сидурус.
Protego! Expelliarmus! Expelliarmus!
What have you done?
Хорошо.
Expelliarmus! Glacius! Depulsor!
Where did it go?
Somebody paid attention in defense against the dark.
I say Bellywings was more stable.
Potato!
And broken drink.
Expelliarmus! Confringo!
To get my
Depulsor! Glacius! Confringo! Depulsor! Descendo! Accio! Incendio! Arresto momentum! Flipendo! Depulsor! Confringo! Glacius!
В палатку залетел.
А ты ее бросил.
В шоке.
Expelliarmus!
For another visit?
Confringo!
Он убегает.
Жесть.
The
Запинал
beasts around here can
совсем.
sleep a bit easier now.
Ну чё она?
Зачем ты решил?
Есть незаконченное дело.
Mine now, demiguise.
Так не это.
Дайте надо.
Able to provide your friend Mrs. Sprottle with some hawk lumps for her Wiggenweld potion, and I found your box of letters.
Oh, thank you. I knew you were the one to ask.
I'm glad I could be of help. Mrs. Sprottle sends her best.
Don't know what I'd have done without her and Aidan. Thank you, again, for helping her, and for returning this box of letters. It's nice to reflect on good memories.
Ура.
Выполнил.
Все. Ой, утро.
Отлично. Всю ночь прошатался непонятно где.